Man United can now end Caasemiro experiment by starting their teen sensation, as Erik Ten Hag defends Man United players after Wayne Rooney's criticism. This time last season, during Erik Ten Hag's debut campaign, Manchester United had already confirmed their spot in the Champions League. However, fast forward to today, and the Red Devils welcome Newcastle United to Old Trafford as the two sides battle it out for a spot in the UEFA Conference League. However, after United's 4-0 hammering by Crystal Palace and a 1-0 defeat on Sunday against Arsenal, there's the possibility that Europe isn't achieved at all this campaign. With that in mind, let's take a look at who could come into the lineup to solidify the backline and finally replace Caasemiro. Why Caasemiro drops out of the side? Due to the injury crisis that has plagued the Man United backline, Ten Hag has been forced into the experimental decision of playing Caasemiro at center-back. The Brazilian's first outing in this role was the 3-3 draw versus Coventry City in the FA Cup, and since then, he's played every game in defense. However, the defensive midfielder by trade has received plenty of criticism for his performances against Palace and Arsenal, with creator Liam Canning labeling Caasemiro as beyond embarrassing after the game at Selhurst Park. During that defeat, the 32-year-old played a role in 3 of the Eagles' goals and was dribbled past 7 times. On top of that, he was at fault for the Gunners' goal at the weekend, playing Kai Havertz miles onside, which highlights his lack of understanding of the role. It's quite clear that Ten Hag must deploy a true center-half against the Magpies, and luckily, there's one waiting for a shot to shine. The player to replace Caasemiro, Willy Kambwala, has already had his fair share of first-team football this season, much more than he'd have anticipated at the start of the campaign. The 19-year-old defender has featured 8 times in the Premier League for the Red Devils, including 3 starts, with the latest of those being the 2-2 draw against Liverpool. At the weekend, Kambwala returned to the pitch after a short spell on the sidelines, coming on as a 75th-minute substitute for Johnny Evans, where he made 1 tackle and won all of his duels. However, there were cries for the French ace to start ahead of Caasemiro prior to the game, with even United legend Peter Schmeichel saying, "Caasemiro can't play center-back. He was exposed on Monday night, so why don't you put a proper center-half like Willy Kambwala in there rather than on the bench?" Although it is simply a matter of fielding one of the only available center-backs at the moment, Kambwala has certainly proved that he can hold his own when called upon. His performance against Liverpool highlights that, as he also displayed that he has a vast skill set, including technical ability and confidence, as shown by his touches, pass accuracy, and possession lost. The 6'3" defender is also extremely physical, and he's not afraid to get tight to the opposition striker, which increases the overall intensity of Ten Hag's side. However, what may prove vital against Newcastle, and Alexander Isak in particular, is Kambwala's excellent athleticism and turn of pace, which were on display in a race against Darwin Núñez during the 2-2 draw. In other news, Erik Ten Hag defends Man United players after Wayne Rooney's criticism. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has launched a staunch defense of his players after Wayne Rooney claimed they are faking injuries. Rooney said recently that a few sidelined United players are fit enough to play but are choosing not to, leaving Ten Hag alone to take all the stick. Ten Hag denies those claims in the press conference ahead of Man United's Premier League clash with Newcastle United. He said, "You have to see here at Carrington. Players are desperate to play. I see Licha Martinez. I see Bruno, who did a fitness test on Sunday to play. Rashford did everything he could do. He trained and tried to train last week, but couldn't make it. So players are desperate to play. They want to be in the right shape." You also see Victor Lindelof and Raphael Varane. They are training to make themselves available for the final. They do what they can do. The Red Devils have had an awful 2023-24 campaign. The biggest contributor to their downfall has been the injuries. United have registered more than 60 separate cases of injuries, leaving Ten Hag with a major selection headache in almost every game. Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and Lisandro Martinez are expected to return against the Magpies when they visit Old Trafford. Ten Hag is adamant that United players are pleading to play and doing everything they can to return. Only 3 games are remaining in the season, including the FA Cup final against Manchester City in the last week of this month. The Dutchman would hope his key players are available for the final, as winning a trophy could assist Ten Hag in getting another season at Old Trafford. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.